rid of all the yell at. For the sake of... Interstellar message. Everything alright, Pom-Pom? I'll get supplies for Pom-Pom, why not?
Finally, a rare break. Why don't we head to the Bonajade Exchange and hang out for a bit?
Okay. There we go. I have run Pom-Pom's little errand. Great success. So. You know. It's important to investigate. You have an interstellar message. Please check it promptly. What do you think I'm doing?
Phew.
What's that, Pom-Pom?
Just got a message from the Xianzhou La Fu. Looks like it'll conflict with our original schedule.
Like me hopping back and forth
It's
across
been a
the
while,
planets,
my
isn't...
friends on the Astral Express. How's your trailblazing expedition going? Soon, the Xianzhou Luofu will be holding the Luminary War Dance. Those who have aided the Luofu in overcoming the crisis are cherished allies of the Xianzhou.
Well, yeah.
Thus, on
You give
behalf
me a
of the
little-
Seat of Divine Foresight, I'm extending an invitation to attend the ceremony.
We're
Your presence
invited!
would be greatly appreciated.
Yay. I love being invited places.
Well, things are getting lively. We've barely recovered from the family's Charmony Festival, and we're already being invited to another special event.
That's always the way, isn't it? Things just happen. I'm still recovering from it. I am not recovering from the trauma. I had fun beating Sunday's ass.
Why not think about it this way? Our trailblazing expeditions are turning into blast expeditions, where we eat, drink, and play wherever we go.
Blast? Expedition?
Yeah, wherever we go, we eat, play, and have a blast.
That's a good way of thinking of it.
So
March.
we should leave March behind to take care of the Express?
Ouch.
Hey, that's not what I meant. I'm all for some fun. I just hope there won't be any surprise party crashers, like Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
The Xianzhou Luofu has recently overcome a crisis. By holding the war dance, they're demonstrating to everyone that they've returned to a state of peace and safety.
Exactly.
But that's what everyone said before we went to Penacony. You'll be totally safe under the family's protection.
Exactly. Completely safe.
No need to worry. The war dance is not like the Charmony Festival with all its hidden secrets. It's just a festival to honor the Rainbow Arbiter and the Cloud Knights, who fought against the abominations of abundance and protected the Xianzhou ships. Aside from star skiff performances, it's mostly martial contests. Nothing too different from the Taiki and Roboball contest we've seen before.
Okay, you two have seen. I don't remember that shit.
What do you think, Himiko? Since we've accepted Miss Black Swan's proposal, we should probably head to Amphorius for refueling.
There's certainly no rush. This trailblazing expedition is quite unique, and the Express needs to be fully stocked and prepared before moving on to the next stop.
She's right. Fully prepared. Good idea. So,
With Madame Herta's help, I was planning to deliver some Leviathan fossils from Kalinga Abyss to Ron May, member 81 of the Genius Society. It could earn us some favors before we set off. However, it may take a few weeks.
I mean, sure. Gotta earn those favors how you can, right?
Aw, so that means we're not going to the Luofu.
I mean, should
Being an adult means maintaining relationships, whether we like it or not, Marge. Since we've been invited, it's only right for the Astral Express to attend the ceremony. So, here's the plan. Pom Pom will take everyone to the Xianzhou Luofu. Mr. Yang and I will meet up with Ron May and fulfill our promise. Meanwhile, you, March, and Don Hung will represent the Express and attend the war dance.
yay, we get to go to the party. Sounds like fun.
What do you two think?
Sounds like a plan.
I don't hear any objections.
Now that everyone's on board with the plan,
Dan Hung
it's
might.
time to work to the Xianzhou
Well,
Luofu.
he worked it off the last time he was there, so. Optional. Discuss with the other members of the crew. Sorry, Pom Pom.
Kalinga Abyss? What does she expect to find there? Current research on the Leviathan merely proves how little we know about such life forms.
That's why geniuses are interested in that field. Science is all about uncovering the unknown.
Ooh, science. You know, have a safe
Don't
trip.
miss us too much. If I stumble upon some cool Leviathan fossils, I'll bring a few back as souvenirs for you.
Oh, thanks.
Hanako really knows how to convince people. Between Leviathan fossils and the war dance, the latter definitely sounds more fun. By the way, Danhong, this time you'll be taking a stroll with us on the Lafu, right?
Just let you two wander around aimlessly on the Luofu by yourselves? I don't think so.
He'll be there even if I have
Plus,
to shove him in my party.
Mr. Yang is right. The Ambrosial Arbor crisis just ended, and both the long life and short life species are still feeling uneasy. And that's why Jing Yuan wants to organize the war dance, to show that the Xianzhou Luofu is stable and safe. And since he has extended an invitation, it's only right that I visit my old friend.
Sounds good. Sounds pretty plan-shaped. Love it when things are plan-shaped.
Coming back to this place brings back so many memories. You know?
Which, plan-shaped includes having my stream opened in the background of my own, just to get the drops.
Hey, I'm not actually gonna recite a poem. I was just thinking about all the twists and turns we went through when we first arrived on the Xianzhou. This time, we're not being forced or enticed or chasing after wanted criminals. And we didn't have to sneak in through the cargo dock. This trip has been incredibly smooth.
It's almost like we're the heroes or something.
Quite unusual, I must say.
Don't jinx us, girl.
I'm just hoping for the best. You're the one jinxing us.
Well, you say what could go wrong, and saw the Skyfaring Commission's notice. The Express is docked. Are you guys on the Lafu? Just got to Starskiff. Alright.
Is the Starskiff Haven always this crowded? Oh, there's so many people here. I can barely hear anything.
It's almost like
Yanqing
there's a
said
big
General Jing Yuan
party.
sent him to welcome us. But where is he?
Let's wait for him in front of the loom.
Hey, you guys! Hold on a moment.
Oh, it's a Pepeshi.
Did they just call us? Look at their outfits.
Oh, and an
They're from
Intellitron?
Penacony, right?
Robot
Are
guy.
you familiar with the Xianzhou Lafu?
Yes.
We know a little bit about it. What do you need?
We're from Penacony. Maybe you've heard of it. We came to this
Maybe
ship
you've
to
heard of
gather
it. We were
interesting
just fucking there.
materials for making dream bubbles.
Oh, we just left there. Oh, talk about coincidence.
That's great. Do you know any must-see attractions on the Luofu?
I suppose you've come to the right folks. We've been here before. We had a good time. You could make a great horror dream bubble with Fike's Stroll Garden.
Exactly. We're Xianzhou experts. Most of the tourists around at the moment are here to attend the war dance. And that's why we're here too.
The war dance would also make interesting dream
Yeah,
bubble stuff.
we know about that ceremony. But isn't the fighting ring still closed?
I've heard the ring was actually converted from a huge decommissioned Lafu fighter jet.
Ooh, interesting.
No doubt about it. It's a massive fighter jet. It's got to be larger than a civilian star skiff.
Generally, yeah. That would be...
But for now, all we can do is wait until the war dance starts in a few weeks before we can board it. We've still got work to do, so we can't just sit around waiting for it to start. That's why we're asking you about some must-see attractions.
yeah, Fike Stroll wouldn't really be a must-see.
We're looking
more
for
of a...
unique experiences that you won't find on Penacony. Our clients love these kinds of dream bubbles the most.
You're the expert here. Give them some suggestions.
I mean, really, if you want an experience for the average person, Aurum Alley would probably be your best bet. Bustling shops and such. Fike's Stroll Garden would be more of a horror enthusiast thing, and Scale Gorge Waterscape might be closed off. But it's very pretty. Yeah, I'll give him Aurum Alley.
Good idea. The everyday vibe of the Aurum Alley is a rare find on the planet of festivities.
Everyday vibe. Yeah, our clients have had their fair share of adrenaline-pumping dreamscapes. Maybe something down to earth would touch their hearts.
See, look, I have good ideas.
Thanks for the suggestion. We'll head to the Aurum Alley to gather materials. Maybe we'll run into each other there in a couple of days.
Look, Yanqing's here.
Hey, buddy.
Really? Let's go catch up with him.
Awesome. Let's proceed to progress.
There you are! Everyone, this way!
Hello, hello.
Hey, everyone! It's been a while.
Well, it doesn't feel like it's been that long since we last saw you. But, Yanqing, are you...
Don't bring up
What's
taller.
up, Miss March?
Don't bring up taller. Don't.
They say kids grow up really fast.
Oh, of
Yanqing,
course.
are you a little bit taller than before?
You're gonna make him feel bad.
We've only been away for a few months.
Well, I'll go with the safe option of long time no see.
Long time no see.
It's been a while.
And not bring up
Oh,
the taller.
You've come along too, Mr. Dunhung. Sorry for the delay. With the upcoming war dance and the Starskiff Haven being so busy, things are a little hectic.
Just a touch. Just a touch hectic. Tiny bit.
Seriously, I've never seen the Lafu so lively before.
I was a bit worried that holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis might be too soon. But seeing the bustling Starskiff Haven, I understand why General Jing Yuan chose this timing.
Yep. There's people from other delves and travelers like you three who have come from afar. With the war dance coming up, there's a huge number of visitors pouring into the Starskiff Haven. The Cloud Knights are working hard to keep the security tight.
Good for you.
The General said this ceremony would help the Xianzhou Lafu recover from the crisis.
Sounds like a plan. I will be right back.
It's a way to showcase our martial spirit, reassure people, boost morale, and attract visitors from other planets to promote trade and peace. By the way, the Xianzhou Alliance places great importance on this ceremony too. The Xianzhou ships, the Zhu Ming and the Yaoqing, have both sent messengers to offer their blessings. Yeah, the Xianzhou Yaoqing is a major force in hunting down abominations, and is always engaged in conflicts across the cosmos. Although it's a member of the Xianzhou Alliance, I don't know much about it.
That's the one thing about Hoyoverse games, is that the characters sure can yap.
But Madame Yukong from the Skyfaring Commission mentioned that the Yaoqing always sends back reports of great victories, which is quite impressive.
Talk your ear off, if you let him.
I heard General Fei Xiao of the Yaoqing is a young and dauntless lady. My peers say that she's like a goddess of war, capable of crushing dozens of abominations with a single punch. I wonder if it's true. If only I could witness her prowess with my own eyes.
Well, she might be the...
By the way, Yanqing, where are we headed next?
I'm sorry for talking your ear off. The General wants to catch up with you at
gonna
the Palace
apologize.
of Astrum. He's been eager to hear about how the Express has been doing.
The Express has been doing great. We beat up a wannabe Eon.
It's funny how he tries to act all mature, but whenever it comes to something he's interested in, you can really see his childish side.
I mean, that's kind of an always the way thing. Yeah, you're pretty much the same.
I agree.
You're very, like...
All units, assemble quickly! Get ready to protect the crowd!
Oh, is there a beastie?
I just mentioned security, and now all of a sudden something's gone wrong. Excuse me, I need to go check out the situation.
No, that's fair. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
We'll go with you.
We helped deal with the ambrosial arbor and whatnot. Show me the beastie.
Protect the civilians. I'll deal with him.
Oh, yes, it's beastie time. Let's go.
Borison? Why are there Borison here? This ends now.
Alright, let's
Don't let
boost
me down.
Himiko.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
My team is still set up for Sunday, so
Spend freely.
Stay in step. I'll catch up.
Watch your head.
You won't get away.
Bending the rules.
Sure, I'll play along.
We have a deal. There's no backing out now. For me or you.
I have something for you.
okay.
All in. The mood is set. Just let the show begin.
If I lose, I can rearrange my party. If I don't lose, it's cool. Yeah, I don't need to top up shields quite yet.
Self-inflicted misery.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Lose some, win some.
Dreams do come true.
It's on me. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Time for an overhaul.
Give an inch and they'll take a mile.
Take your positions. Let's improvise. I have something for you.
I always deliver.
Sure, I'll play along.
Stay in step. Dreams do come true. The mood is set. Just let the show begin.
Push the backup damage state.
Time for an overhaul.
Not that'll break this.
Who's the little backstabber?
Hedge your bets.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
All in.
We have it. There's no backing out now. For me or you.
There we go. I win! Yay! Without normal or wind. Maybe I should start bringing Boot Hill around.
Not good.
That's a big sword.
Thanks for the help. Sorry, no time to chat. Could you give me back my...
She took his sword. That's rude.
An ancient game to make your brain feel brand new. Celestial
Anyway. Just swing around too. Hey. Warp to heal.
Let's deal with these thugs first, and then we'll talk about how to deal with you, shall we?
We want more wind than we want imaginary, so...
Himiko, you can leave any contingencies to me.
Okay, let's go chat with Yanqing.
Wait! My sword!
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
yoink.
but I'm afraid we'll have to put our plans on hold for now. I need to find out what's going on.
Yoink.
While we appreciate your rescue, my Xianzhou friends, don't you think it's a bit too much to detain us and our cargo?
Sorry, but we've been ordered to detain you and your cargo for inspection until we figure out the source of the attack. Once we're done with the formalities, we'll let you and your cargo go.
Oh, but this shipment isn't even meant for the Luofu. And it's IPC's patented technology. Who do you think you are to conduct an inspection?
Well, if it's not for the Luofu, why would you bring it to the Luofu?
All cargo arriving on the Luofu must go through inspection.
Oh, but we didn't officially enter your dock at all. We just sought refuge in your dock because we were attacked by the Borisons.
Looks like this argument could go on forever. Let's not get involved in a heated dispute that won't lead to a resolution.
I wasn't trying to get involved, I was walking past. And then it just sort of yoink. Guess what? Cutscene.
Who's in charge here? I need some answers.
It's my fault. We let our guard down for a moment. I take full responsibility.
Why are you British?
With the war dance approaching, safety should be a top priority. Now, tell me, how did Borisin prisoners end up in Starskiff Haven? According to the protocol, Borisin prisoners should be held on a Starskiff and taken directly to the shackling prison under strict supervision without ever touching the ground. Who allowed a prisoner transport ship to dock at the passenger terminal?
Please don't blame this captain. This incident involves the Zhu Ming's diplomatic vessel.
Who are you?
An excellent
I'm
question.
Liu Jun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad. Thank you for your help, Lieutenant Yanqing. The situation unfolded rapidly, and it shouldn't be held against the captain.
The captain being the chick who stole his sword,
Here's
right?
what happened. An IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin just before arriving, and the Zhu Ming's diplomatic vessel came to the rescue. They fought off the Borisin pirates and imprisoned them on their ship.
So, an IPC ship was attacked by the Borisin near the Luofu, and the Zhu Ming envoys saved them? Sounds complicated.
Probably because it is.
Honestly, it gives me a headache too. The Zhu Ming diplomatic ship, adhering to standard procedure, docked at the passenger terminal to hand these criminals over to the Luofu.
But they're not supposed to touch the ground, so...
You know, with all the outsiders flooding onto the Luofu, the Starskiff lanes are under immense pressure. The Borisin desperados decided to put up a fight before the prisoner transport Starskiff could get there. And that's what you just witnessed.
Okay. So it was in the
We'll
middle
make
of a
sure
prisoner
these prisoners are sent to the shackling prison as soon as possible.
No, seriously, why are you British?
I see. It's an unusual situation indeed. I'll report it to the
Anyway.
security department of the Realm Keeping Commission and ask for their cooperation in handling the aftermath. Maybe I should gather more details from others so that the Seed of Divine Foresight can have a better understanding of the situation.
Calm the crowd and dispersed.
Oh, you look
skipped
much
past that.
maturer now, Yenching.
March.
Please don't tease me, Miss March. The situation on the Xianzhou before the war dance is like a calm lake that can be disturbed by even the smallest pebble, capable of generating far-reaching ripples with even the slightest disturbance.
Ah, that tracks. So.
What are those people? I mean, those monsters we just dealt with?
Did you call them the
Yeah.
Borazin?
Those werewolf monsters are known as Borazin. They are abominations of abundance, and we've been fighting them for a very long time.
My question is why the
The Borazin
abominations
have been
of
a powerful force for a long time, plundering and enslaving many worlds. The threat they pose is just as terrible as the Swarm disaster, and the Alliance even had a fierce war with them 3 decades ago.
why the abominations of abundance are so willing to kill other things is weird to me, honestly.
Their presence has faded over the years, but who would have thought?
According to that officer, they attacked an IPC ship near the Xianzhou Luofu. Such a brazen attack seems quite unusual to me.
Yeah, that's what I find strange too. It seems like the IPC and the Borazin have some serious grudges. Well, enough with the chit-chat. The General wants me
Enough
to
with
take
the
you to the
chit-chat.
Palace of
Continues to
Astrum.
chit-chat. Well, not really chit-chat, but
I'd love to
talk at
chit-chat
least.
a little longer, but there are some things that can't be left unchecked.
Is it a serious matter? Maybe you'll need our help in hunting down the Borazin?
Thank you, but it's no big deal. By the way, that young lady who just appeared, she took my sword. I'm thinking of filing a
took
lost
my
property
sword.
report at the Realm Keeping Commission to see if I can get it back.
I doubt she did it on purpose. Perhaps she's around here somewhere. Shouldn't we take a look?
No, she ran off after
All right,
the...
let's not keep the General waiting.
Don't worry. There aren't many people out there with that kind of talent. It shouldn't be too hard to find her.
There sure are a lot of troublemakers around.
Wait, are you calling me a troublemaker? I ain't making no trouble. Anyway.
Success and failure are pretty thorough. This place is so warm. It's like a giant furnace.
How time flies.
Boop-a-doop-doo. Oh. Wait. Oh, okay. Oh, map's confusing me.
It's been a long journey, Elder Wyatt. Thank you for your presence.
Don't mention it. Thank you for taking the time to welcome me.
That is a little old guy. Hello, hello.
General, I brought our guests from the Express. Oh, I'm sorry for my bad timing. I didn't know you were meeting a guest, General.
Don't worry, you're just in time.
Let me just move
It's
the
been
mouse
a
out of
while,
the
my
way.
friends from the Astral Express.
How's everything going?
All is well when you have friends coming from afar. Allow me to introduce you to General Hua Yan. He's the Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Zhuming, known as the Flaming Heart.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a tourist here, no different from other tourists who've come to attend the ceremony.
Elder Hua Yan is not only one of the Arbiter Generals, but also the Furnace Master of the Artisanship Commission. Besides his martial skills, he excels in forging various weapons. Such talents are unique, even among the Arbiter Generals.
Maybe he can forge Yanqing a new sword.
Be it Arbiter General or Furnace Master, these are merely titles given to me long ago. I've retired several times already, but with the current change in circumstances, the Marshal has called me back to duty, and I had no choice but to answer the call.
Okay. Funky.
Well, in the end,
There's a
I'm
chest.
to blame. Living such a long life naturally brings its share of disapproval.
It's an honor to meet you, General Hua Yan.
It's my honor to meet you, General Hua Yan.
Aw, March. She's doing her best. Good to meet you.
No need to be all formal. Today I'm just a guest on the lawful, the same as all of you. So, these three are the ones you mentioned, Jingyuin? The heroes who helped you with the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Indeed. There's Dan Heng, March 7th, and her. Without
And
their
her.
help,
I am
I'm
her.
afraid the Law Fu might not have easily overcome this crisis.
So, the Imbibitor Lune's reincarnation has returned to the Lawfu and will attend the war dance. I'd love to have a drink with you should the chance present itself.
May I recommend, by the way, Dan
You're
Heng not
more than
nearly
welcome,
dying again?
General Hua Yan.
And this young friend is?
Yes, hello.
Yanqing, my apprentice. He remains by my side as my retainer due to his youth, which I hope will season him with experience. He will stand for the Law Fu's Cloud Knights in the upcoming war dance, ready to take on all kinds of challenges.
Are you gonna return his sword, girl?
Great! It's a real treat to see so many talented young people around here today. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my apprentice, Yoon Lee.
It's you!
Give his sword back.
Oh, it's you. Hello.
Oh, you two already know each other? Guess we don't need any introductions then.
They know each other
What a
because
coincidence.
she yoinked
I was afraid I'd have
his
trouble finding this
sword.
girl.
Oh? Now you've piqued my curiosity. Tell me, how did you two become acquainted?
She helped me capture the escaped Borison prisoners at the Starskiff Haven. Allow me to express my gratitude for you. But when you left, you took my flying sword with you.
You took my sword.
Your flying sword? Oh, so that's why I found a dagger
Oh, they're
in
gonna
my bag.
sass each other.
Turns out it's yours.
Yes, it is. Now that we've met again, I hope...
Nope, that won't do.
Won't do?
Girl.
You want your sword back, right? Well, you can't just take it back. On the Juming, when you lose your sword on the battlefield, you have to reclaim it on the battlefield. As for this little sword, it was supposed to strike that escaped Borisin prisoner. But unfortunately, its owner's agitated state caused it to fly off like a kite with a broken string, and it missed its target.
What I'm gonna say to her, you're not on the Juming. You're on the Lafu.
By the way, if I hadn't caught it and helped it hit its mark, that Borisin prisoner would have gotten away.
Hold on a sec, Yunli. You took my sword without even asking, and now you're refusing to give it back?
She is being kind of a...
So much for Lafu's swordmasters.
What did you just say?
If you just stepped up and took your sword back from me fair and square, I would have totally respected you. But nope, you tried to play it down, expecting me to just hand it back to you like it's nothing. In front of everyone.
You know, you're being kind of rude.
With all due respect, you don't honor your sword, so you don't deserve it.
Hasn't anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with swords, fine. Let's have a one-on-one duel right now.
Probably gonna be her problem.
Well, that's more like it. Just be careful, because I'm not as easy to handle as the Borisin.
You two, be quiet
And
and
now the older ones are
apologize
just
to
like,
Yanqing.
you two, calm down.
Hey, whose side are you on, Grandpa?
Oh.
I don't take sides.
It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Zhu Ming's incredible swordplay and craftsmanship. Most notably, the legendary Flame Wheel Octet. Seeing Miss Yunli, who is among those ranks today, well, I must say, she definitely has that fiery edge.
She's a bit spicy.
Such grandiose names. Some folks love to spin these fancy titles, trying to set the Cloud Knights apart. Yunli is still just a young girl, a bit awkward and hot-tempered, so please forgive her if she's being rude.
Well, everyone, Elder Huayan and I have some business to discuss. For now, Yanqing, why don't you entertain our guests and take Miss Yunli to the inn? I'll find another chance to talk with you all. I'd like to express my gratitude to the Astral Express for helping the Lafu during the crisis.
That's so kind of you. I mean, you've already thanked us so many times.
Please forgive me for coming at an inconvenient time.
You needn't apologize, General Huayan.
All right, Yunli. Take this opportunity to clear things up with Yanqing.
Yeah. It's better to make friends than enemies. But I won't be heading to the inn just yet. I want to visit Lingsha. She just arrived in the Lafu and could use some help settling in.
Yanqing, once you've helped our guests get settled, go to the Artisanship Commission for me. I've heard about the attack and the detainment of the IPC ship. Qingzu sent word that the IPC members are protesting and wish to have their cargo back. See if you can calm them down. Don't get aggressive. Just make it clear that the Xianzhou Luofu has no intention of violating their rights.
I'm on it.
Okay. I love.
This is
when
the
you're a
report
character and
Qingzu
you
just
walk
sent
up to
me.
the same character.
Let me take a look. Huh. Looks like the General has given me a tough challenge. He wants me to try and help put the IPC's mind at ease.
Well, that's generally how things work, right? Some kind of test?
Well, it's not exactly a test. As Cloud Knight officers, we not only learn the art of war and martial arts, but also occasionally have to handle diplomatic disputes.
Diplomacy. Yay! Gotta love it. It's very important to be diplomatic.
It's just, you know, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. This is especially true when you're up against the IPC, with their non-stop corporate babble.
Talking things out isn't as straightforward as, you know, putting a sword in someone.
Well, let's not worry about that for now. Shall I take you to the inn?
After watching Yanqing and the others leave.
It is the Luofu's honor to have you in attendance at the war dance. Yet, the fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Zhu Ming and the Yao Qing implies intentions beyond mere spectating. Might there be any specific instructions from the marshal?
You're overthinking it, Genuine. As I said, I'm here to broaden my granddaughter's horizons. I have no ulterior motives. However, I have no clue what the Yaoqing Arbiter General has in mind. Do you remember when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical one. You'll need to lead and manage everything on the Xianzhou. The title of Arbiter General holds a weight far greater than its literal meaning. So many years have passed, and you've done well. However, longevity for the Xianzhou people can be a curse. Living too long means that every mistake you made will lurk in the shadows. And one day, they'll eventually catch up to you. The Marshal knows everything that has happened on the Luofu. As for the Merlin's Claw of the Yaoqing, she has come specifically for you.
Ooh, we got drama, we got the tea.
Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet? They say the Merlin's Claw strikes like lightning. Being late isn't her style.
That's not true, General Huayan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature.
As soon as she disembarked from the star skiff, she mentioned having something to attend to and simply disappeared.
You must be the messengers from the Xianzhou Yaoqing, I assume.
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of the Merlin's Claw. It's an honor to meet you in person, Arbiter Generals.
Now this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message instead. What does she mean? Tell me, what could be more important to her than coming here?
Master heard about a spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe she went there to enjoy it.
A spectacular view? Ha! Did you hear that, Jingyuan? This person is being sarcastic.
Please do not misunderstand me, General Huaiyan. I was simply stating the truth. Master thought it would be inappropriate to keep you waiting, so she sent us here. Once she's finished with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come and apologize to the both of you.
For being late, I assume. Alright. In the meantime...
Drat. I forgot to ask Yun Li to return my sword.
She might be very stubborn about it. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go get it back, because she'll tear me a new one, I think.
Unacceptable. Every sword is precious to me. If it weren't for the General's interference, I would have taught that shameless girl a lesson in swordplay.
Every sword is precious to me, and you throw them around all willy-nilly.
By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but the General seemed a little... reserved? Could it be because of Elder Huaiyan's visit?
Reserved? Really?
Yeah, he seemed about the same as
Maybe I'm
usual.
just overthinking things.
No, you're not. When I entered the Palace of Astrum, I realized that the messenger from the Xianzhou Zhu Ming was actually the Arbiter General himself. So, the messenger from the Xianzhou Yao Qing must be the Merlin's Claw herself, I presume.
That's right.
Well, that's what makes this entire thing so unusual.
What's so unusual about it? They simply received an invitation from Jing Yuan, just like the crew, right?
I think it's a case of...
The war dance is just a small festival. And now we have 2 Arbiter Generals from other Xianzhou ships here. I'm afraid they're here for something more.
Which is possible.
Maybe they've come to hold Jingyuan accountable for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
It wasn't his fault, though.
Hold him accountable? Come on, didn't the Luofu fall victim to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and the Antimatter Legion? Why would they blame the victim?
Well, they're probably trying to figure out.
Don Shu's rebellion and Ventilia's scheming are merely one side of the story to the other Arbiter Generals of the Alliance. Only a single piece of incontrovertible evidence remains, creating an endless source of potential complications.
Is that you? Are you potential complications, my dude?
The Ambrosial Arbor.
Oh, or that.
Yes. It's undeniable that the plague mark, which was subdued by the Xianzhou Luofu, has resurfaced. But was it really a conspiracy instigated by the Antimatter Legion? Or does it indicate a traitorous intent from within the Luofu, implicating Jingyuan himself?
I mean, his existence probably doesn't help.
Once the spark of suspicion is kindled, it proves hard to extinguish.
And you would know, wouldn't you?
What was I thinking? Seriously, here I was looking forward to a carefree and enjoyable trip. But it seems wherever we go, drama is just around the corner.
It's almost like we're the main characters or
so
something.
Excited. I thought those Arbiter Generals were just here to see the ceremony. By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Juming diplomatic ship has arrived, and rumors say that she's to be the new Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu.
Ooh, that's exciting.
An alchemist from the Juming serving as the Cauldron Master on the Luofu? While it's not unheard of, the timing itself...
Thanks to your words, Mr. Dan Heng. Now I finally see the underlying tensions.
Oh, she's here to spy.
The General is under tremendous pressure right now, but I was completely oblivious to his troubles. How naive of me.
Aw, buddy. Alright. I will be back in a moment.
Come on, don't think like that. Leave the adult matters to the adults. Even if you wanted to do something for the General, it's not like you can do anything. Did I say something wrong? Again?
Miss March is right. I don't have the skills to share the General's burdens at the moment. Still, I'll do my best to follow his instructions. Let's go. Once I've taken you to your accommodations, I need to go to the Artisanship Commission to handle the IPC's protest.
He looks like he has a lot on his mind. We can't just let him go alone. Why don't we accompany you to the Artisanship Commission?
This is too much trouble. While I appreciate your kindness, dealing with the IPC's workers could be tricky. I'm afraid this will cause trouble for the Express.
No worries. We're pretty experienced in dealing with the IPC. You've heard of the 10 Stone Hearts? We've dealt with quite a few of them, right? Hey, who's bragging? Anyway, this time it'll just be a few ordinary IPC workers. Surely you don't think they'll be even trickier than Aventurine, do you?
Well,
We've
since
dealt
you're
with
willing
quite a
to
few.
help,
We've only dealt with
I won't
3.
decline your kindness. Let's head to the Artisanship Commission and meet them.
Okay. Let's go gambling. Dang it.
Everyone needs some time alone.
Inventory. Light cones. Suppose red. Okay, navigation. Artisanship. Oh, I don't have that calyx unlocked. Oh well.
Can I really reason with you, Cienjo people? I think I get it now. In your words, this is called looting a burning house, right?
But I am trying to reason.
Oh, it's this guy.
Toxic voice sounds familiar. Haven't I heard it before in Aurum Alley?
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with the Skyfaring Commission. I can handle your unreasonable ways. But straight up snatching IPC cargo, isn't that going a bit too far?
Just as I've said it many times already. Once we've inspected the cargo and completed the security check, you can be on your way. Is there something wrong with your ears, or is it just your brain?
I think it's his brain.
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm thinking clear. And my answer is crystal clear. Not a chance. Keep detaining my cargo and I'll file a complaint directly with your general.
Did I just hear a dog barking? Little puppy.
You jerk! Who are you calling a dog? Wait. Why are you here?
We're here because the general fucking invited us, buddy.
Staying on
So...
the Cienjo, are you? What terrible luck. Wherever you go, disasters aren't far behind.
yeah.
Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express? What brings you and Yanqing to the Artisanship Commission?
Well, we're trying to calm your shit down.
Trouble caused by the IPC? I'd say it's caused by the Skyfaring Commission.
Says the guy who
Looks
was
like
causing
you've met
trouble.
this IPC worker before. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing.
I'm not sure either, let's be fair.
I was sent here to deal with the IPC protest, Miss Shikue. What's going on here?
Some hot nonsense. From the looks of things.
As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borison and rescued by the Juming's diplomatic ship. Then the Cloud Knights were instructed to bring it back to the dock for repairs and inspections. And this is Mr. Scott, the person in charge of this transport ship.
Because of course he is.
So, you're Scott. I've heard her mention you. Weren't you kicked off the Lafu before? Why did you come back?
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon as the ship entered the harbor, a bunch of Cloud Knights showed up and snatched all our cargo from the hold.
Now, was that part of the ship that needed repairs? Because if that's the case...
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you 1,000,000 times. It's a security check.
Then why did you bring the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious you're trying to steal the IPC's patented technology!
And it's obvious that you're stuck so far up your own ass.
Listen
but...
here. Firstly, the Skyfaring Commission detected dangerous items that could possibly be weapons in your cargo hold. That's why they called me here, to double check. Secondly, where the heck did you get the idea that I'm a shady craftsman?
Yeah, Scott's got his own head so far up his own ass.
Even
Anyway.
if there are dangerous items, what do they have to do with you? It's not even being shipped to the Lafu. We'll just fix the ship and be on our way. We won't unload our cargo here.
Yeah, but it's coming through the Lafu.
But you'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again. How can we just leave unchecked items sitting here?
I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the cargo if it's just a security check, right?
In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discovered that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery, but also some substance that resembles biological tissue.
Flesh guns! Anyway.
Biological tissue? Does this crate contain living things?
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, according to our regulations, we need to unseal one of the crates for further examination. But this IPC specialist has been hindering us on the grounds of patent secrecy.
I much prefer working with the Stonehearts. They're easier to work with than this
The
idiot.
Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further inspection, there is no way for the Skyfaring Commission to release the cargo.
Yeah, exactly. Let them inspect your fucking cargo, jackass.
Oh, really? Fine! If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with. It doesn't matter if it's mechanical or biological. It's none of your business. I'm filing a complaint against the Skyfaring Commission's ridiculous regulations.
Do I need to get, like, Topaz, Aventurine?
This Mr. Scott seems stubborn and difficult to persuade. Honestly, I really don't want to have a
Here,
vicious confrontation with the IPC.
I could get Jade on the horn. I know a thing or two about convincing Scott.
I
Considering.
heard how you helped Aramali. The IPC representative back then was Mr. Scott, right? Since you've dealt with him before, it looks like I'll have to rely on you again.
What are you guys whispering about over there? Just hurry up and give us back our cargo.
Anyway, I don't like him. Is it obvious that I don't like Scott?
Quality, good price, hassle-free chartering. High-end barge, the best choice for galactic commerce.
The end of negotiation. If your morale is higher than or equal to your opponent's, it's considered successful. Otherwise, it's a failure. If either party's morale drops to 0, it immediately ends. When the rounds run out, it immediately ends. can use negotiation strategies. Ooh, exciting.
As I recall, this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation. But he does seem to follow rules to some extent. Let's use that against him.
He follows rules.
Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations too. According to Article 4 of the Cienjo Alliance IPC Trade Consensus, the Alliance and IPC shall never infringe on each other's intellectual property rights.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so intimidation. But he follows the rules. I'm fairly sure reminding him of his embarrassing past will not work.
The Alliance can sign a non-disclosure agreement with you. That way, you won't have to worry about any infringements, right?
Smack.
We can sign a mutually acceptable non-disclosure agreement in accordance with the IPC's rules.
You could have brought this up a while ago, and they wouldn't be keeping you.
Well, that makes sense, but how can we trust you to honor the terms? Even if we set aside the secrecy of intellectual property, these prototypes built by the Intelligentsia Guild are incredibly valuable, beyond your wildest imagination. If anything goes wrong, you won't be able to pay for it even with your lives.
Can you give us an exact amount, Mr. Scott? If there's any damage after the inspection, the Express... the Skyfaring Commission will compensate you.
Yeah, the exact amount is kind of necessary.
The Skyfaring Commission. Yeah, they will compensate you, provided a detailed report of the damage is submitted.
Which would cut right through your patent, wouldn't it?
I don't doubt the financial strength of the Skyfaring Commission. However, this is not just about money. Besides, the cargo on this transport vessel belongs to the Intelligentsia Guild. If you want to inspect the cargo, shouldn't you at least call in a member of the Intelligentsia Guild to be present?
Which one?
According to the principle of territoriality, since your vessel is stranded on the Cienjo, the Skyfaring Commission has the right to inspect it.
Indeed. According to Article 27 of the Cienjo Legal Code, all official and private goods upon entering the port shall be subject to inspection. Failure to submit to such inspection shall be deemed equivalent to the possession of unlawful items and shall be subject to legal ramifications.
Don't you just love legal ramifications? Isn't that an exciting set of words? Scott.
Huh? My synesthesia beacon must not be working, because I have no idea what you just said.
Simply put, if you insist on hindering the inspection, we'll have to treat the cargo as unlawful items and confiscate it.
Confiscate it? How can you Cianjo people be so unreasonable?
Being perfectly reasonable. You're being a jackass.
If this were pure point, and incoming cargo posed a safety risk, the IPC would take it in for containment and disposal, correct?
That's true, but the IPC sometimes makes exceptions. For example, they've always given special terms to Cianjo vessels.
Negotiation successful. Haha.
Well, you guys sure know how to argue your case. Fine, I'll allow you to do the security inspection. It's just that, I need some time to sort things out. This is a big deal. Let me talk to headquarters first.
So, Mr. Scott, are you just stalling for time and planning to leave the Cianjo as soon as your ship is repaired? To avoid the Skyfaring Commission's inspection?
Well, IPC staff are free to come and go, as long as they don't break any laws.
Yeah, you've got some insight there. Who are you again?
Allow me to introduce myself.
Ooh.
I'm Lingsha, Cauldron Master and head of the Alchemy
Pretty
Commission
lady.
on the Lawfu.
Could she be?
Yeah, she's the new Cauldron Master assigned here from the Cianjo Juming.
I received a report from the Artisanship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission. I had nothing better to do, so I came myself. It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? How can you say
matter.
that?
Why are you being
very
so
easily.
nice all of a sudden?
It's 3 words.
Well, since you're not going to check it, I'll take this crate and be on my way. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, sure. Why should I object? Not only this sample, but all the goods on the transport ship are yours to keep. Like I said, we won't inspect them.
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute!
Trust. Let's trust.
Well, that's more like it. If only the young displayed a more reasonable attitude, we could have sidestepped that altercation just now. Our ship will leave in a few days once the engines are repaired.
Your ship can leave whenever you want, but I'm afraid I can't say the same for your cargo. According to the import and export regulation signed between the Cianjo and IPC, all biological shipments can only leave the port when they have confirmed to be of no threat, or when all biological activity expires.
Bring him down.
Since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait for its biological activity to expire. Let me check the previous cases. Normally, it'll only take around 47 star calendar years.
Only 47 years?
You're on the Lawfu.
Why so surprised? You're still young and full of energy. I'm pretty sure you'll live a few more decades. Have some confidence in yourself.
Ha! Typical of a long-life species. Your words are dripping with sarcasm. While you may not care about time, I do. I'll be demanding double compensation from the Skyfaring Commission for every minute wasted.
Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career and life will last long enough to witness this victory unfold.
Let them inspect your cargo.
Step aside, guys. Let them do the inspection.
But, Mr. Scott...
Nothing comes
Come
from
on,
being a
we're
stubborn
already in enough
jackass.
trouble. Just let them do the security inspection. And if needed, I can always grovel before the Intelligentsia Guild later. I'm just using my head for what it's apparently good for, right?
Have fun groveling.
Well, honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman. Just get on with the inspection. Don't act all chummy with me now that you've got your way.
This lady is really something else.
Is this the IPC product?
Listen up. Any damages caused by inspections will be filed with the IPC.
Oh.
Turn it off.
I hope my team is good for this. Attacking the caster if Terror Grip once can dispel. Terror Grip ends. The caster is not attacked to dispel it, and the affected ally will be terrified.
Oh, how unexpected. That was a surprise.
The dice have been cast. Bust.
So at least,
Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Aventurine and Dan Hung will be a decent carry.
Bring it on.
I have something
There's no
for you.
reasoning with those with a loaded gun.
And I can always add the physical weakness.
You won't get away.
The truth of life and death, the sanctuary, is but a vision. Break!
I hit the mark.
All you stand still. Let's duel. There's your reward.
Ow.
Oh. Time for an overhaul.
I've no interest in conflict.
Sure, I'll
We
play
are
along.
topping shields.
It's on me.
There's no reasoning with those with a loaded gun. Those who dig their own grave.
The truth of life in the sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
You won't get away.
Watch your head. I hit the mark. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
So is it the person who has been terror gripped that needs to dispel it?
Waiting in line for a bring it on. Time's up.
Boot Heel does more damage than Dan Hung.
Haven't eaten yet.
I have something for you.
Just for factor of
Perhaps you still don't. Humanity never conceals its desire to
5-star
control the heavens, and I'm no
signature light
exception.
cone. Mostly built.
Fighting is meaningless.
Yay.
All of you stand still.
Oof, skin of his teeth.
Were you seriously planning to
had no idea about it! You must have accidentally triggered the cargo's defense program!
Uh-huh.
I don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise choice.
But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving! I swear on the Amber Lord!
Enough. Miss Shikwe, please escort our IPC guest to the Skyfaring Commission.
I'm on it. Please follow me, Mr. Scott.
I mean, I believe him when he says he doesn't know why it started moving, but...
Gentlemen, our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissues inside. Just like the craftsman feared.
Let me guess, it's
Can't even tell
Borison.
if it's ingenium or biological in nature.
The core of this device is what they call wetware in industry slang. To put it simply, this machine operates with a kind of biological nerve as its control center.
I'm willing to
I'll take some samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out where the
It's
biological
related to
tissue
Borison,
comes
because
from.
it has the moon madness, whatever.
Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology? Perhaps they're trying to create a new weapon?
Whatever the reason is, it's probably why the Borison attacked the ship. No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the Ten Lords Commission and ask the judges to come and give their final verdict on this.
Okay.
According to our rules, all prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the shackling prison for further sentencing. After all, it's the safest place on the Luofu.
I have a feeling it won't stay that way for long.
As for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain the situation to the judge. I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think they'd be this tricky. Thanks for your help, Miss Linksha.
I should thank you for saving my life. Your sword skills were impressive. Taking down that big guy. I thought the General's retainers were all burly martial masters. I didn't expect Yenjing to be so...
Oh, are you gonna call him short? Oh, you're gonna... Cute.
Can't argue with that. As for you, you must be the guests from the Astral Express, right? Saving the Luofu from that crisis. It's so impressive.
It wasn't a big deal. Really.
It's still early, so why don't we get some tea at the Alchemy Commission? We can discuss your suggestions for revitalizing the commission.
I'd be happy to accept your invitation.
And you three are coming too, right?
No reason to say no, I guess. Let me just check out that handful of achievements. All enemies have their moon rage dispelled. Dispel all terror grip states. Which was precisely, 1. Did that put me at? Ah, not quite. Dang. Be there in a second. Gonna unlock this calyx. Just, you know, so I have it. Alright. This way. Alright, now we can go to the Alchemy Commission. Is there anything here I haven't unlocked? There it is. Oh my gosh. Give me a moment. I'll continue the plot after I've unlocked this Calyx. Calyx time! Ah! Locked door, so I guess we're going around. And run! Go, 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 go!
Who goes there?
Okay, now I'm warping back so I don't have to deal with that guy. Rather not deal with that both ways. Sushang! What's up?
Hey! You're back! Why didn't you say anything in the group chat? I'm on duty. Let's catch up later.
Why are you here?
Because of someone important. Stop hanging around here and find something better to do. Once I'm done in a few days, call up Lil Gui and Hua Hua, and goodbye.
Oh, right, the ghost thing. The ghost hunter thing.
I'm here to pay my respects to the new call.
That was a whole...
All these years, and the view at the Alchemy Commission hasn't changed a bit.
Oh, have you been here before? Probably. I don't know why I'm asking.
The tides come and go, but the ancient sea remains the same. For us Vidyadhara, there's nothing more nostalgic than our homeland.
Oh, I figured she was because she's got, like, the scales on her arms.
You're a Lofu native, Miss Lingsha?
Yes, I grew up here, listening to the sound of waves while researching prescriptions with my mentors and peers at the Alchemy Commission.
Oh, that's nice.
It's kind of sad, isn't it? Everything changes, but somehow remains familiar. Just like you, Don Hung, I traveled far from home, and now I've returned. Seeing the familiar scenery brings back a hint of nostalgia.
Just a hint. Just a little bit. Just a hint.
The view here would be even better without the ambrosial arbor.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I think that towering tree looks pretty impressive.
Even if it's impressive, it's a plague mark. The Xianzhou have been fighting abominations for thousands of years. And now that the ambrosial arbor has been reborn, it's only natural for everyone to feel uneasy.
Well, once a seed is planted, no matter how long it takes, it'll eventually sprout and bear fruit. In my humble opinion, the rebirth of the ambrosial arbor and the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were inevitable. The seed was already planted, when the ancestors of the Xianzhou sought immortality.
Why are we diving into such a serious
My
vibe?
bad. Well, since you went through the entire Ambrosial Arbor crisis firsthand, Dan Heng and Lieutenant Yan Qing, I'd like to discuss something with you.
Let's get chatting. So it's important to be able to chat.
What would you like to discuss, Miss Linksha?
I was lucky enough to be chosen by the Alliance to come in and clean up all the old grime in the Alchemy Commission. Honestly, the Alchemy Commission is riddled with problems and has reached a point where fixing it seems impossible. I'm looking to remedy this problem, but was wondering if you could provide any insights.
Well, even though I'm a Vidyadharan like you, I'm an outsider, just like my companions here. I can't really say much about a remedy, but I do have a piece of advice, Miss Lingsha. The Vidyadhara and the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu have always been intricately connected. If you cannot distance yourself from these ties, Miss Lingsha, changing the situation within the Alchemy Commission may be quite challenging.
I may not know about politics, but I do know that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have been operating within the Alchemy Commission for years. If you're determined to root them out, maybe you should discuss it with the General.
Or have a chat with,
I see.
Bailu.
Thank you for your valuable insights.
Bailu probably knows quite a bit.
While the Lux Arrow from the Rainbow possesses unparalleled power to sever the Ambrosial Arbor, it can't sever mortals' desire to prolong their existence. Just like how the Cloud Knights can eliminate the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but are unable to calm the hearts and minds of the people within the Alchemy Commission. Our Xianzhou forebears knew this well, and that's why they entrusted the duty of guarding the roots of the Arbor to the Vidyadhara. However, the Vidyadhara are still only mortal beings. 30 years ago, my mentor served as Alchemy Commission's Cauldron Master. She recognized the emerging undercurrents and sought to cleanse the source of the disturbance. Unfortunately, even though she was skilled in the art of healing, she didn't understand the human heart or how to eliminate the sickness lurking within the depths of the Alchemy Commission. In the end, she was framed and exiled to the Juming. I was also implicated and had to leave the Luofu. And guess who arbitrated the case and handed down the sentence? None other than General Jing Yuan himself.
What?
You heard it right. The ones responsible for the corruption in the Alchemy Commission are not just the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but even the Divine Foresight himself.
Okay, yeah, this is planting seeds to break them up.
Alas.
As friends.
Why is your face turning pale, Yanqing? Don't worry about it. I understand that when someone holds a position of power, they may sometimes have to make tough decisions. I won't hold any personal grudges against him. Besides, at our age, holding personal grudges is a luxury we can't afford.
Yeah. So there's that, I guess.
Lingsha, you're back! I've been waiting ages for you.
Oh. Right. That was a whole thing, wasn't it? Hello.
Why aren't you with your grandpa? What brings you to the Alchemy Commission? Well, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to Yanqing.
This is...
What a small world. You stole my sword! Give it back!
He is becoming increasingly pissed.
I see. Let's
about the whole
skip
sword
introduction part,
situation.
then.
Why do I keep bumping into you? Are you stalking me or something? Of course not. Unlike you, Miss Yunli, I have important things to take care of. You, on the other hand, seem to have all the time in the world to wander around without returning my sword.
Grandpa used to say that a sword reflects its master. I talked to your sword, and it told me that you've been distracted.
I talked to your sword.
You hesitate when you should strike, and you struggle to stay calm when your sword is unsheathed. Now that I see you again, I realize your sword was right. It wasn't me who took your sword. It was you who lost focus.
Do you really expect me to believe that nonsense? I've been taking it easy on you because you're a guest from the Juming, but you're not taking the hint. Don't people from the Juming know you're supposed to return what you've borrowed?
Sorry, I'm looking at behind the voice actors because her voice sounds familiar.
Just look at this flying sword. Even if I gave it back to you now, it'd just be taken away again in a few hours. You know the Cloud Knight saying, a Cloud Knight must never let slip their weapon. Yes? Well, sure, I can give it back to you now, but on the battlefield, that's a whole different story. Poor flying sword.
Fine! You don't have to give it back, because I'll take it back myself!
So is this a war dance?
Between these two, who do you think is tougher, Dan Heng? Don't get me wrong. I'm just curious.
Get ready to separate them.
It is my first day at the Alchemy Commission. A brawl is definitely not how I imagined celebrating it.
Well, since you don't approve, I won't draw my sword here.
I
was
didn't
right,
mean it
it sounded
in that
familiar.
way. Since you've already drawn your swords, you'd be disappointed if you didn't get to test one another, right? I've received reports that the delves near the Alchemy Commission are still infested with abominations. Seems like my predecessors left quite a mess. So, if you two want to determine who's better, why not focus on them instead of each other?
Mayhap, possibly.
Clearing out some abominations? Sounds boring.
It's the Cloud Knight's duty to eliminate those abominations. You don't have to ask me twice, Miss Lingsha. I'll help you get rid of them.
Oh, you think you're the only one who knows how to behave? If Lingsha needs anything, I'll gladly draw my sword and help her out.
It's so heartwarming to see both of you being so sweet and caring. So then, shall we get going?
Alright. I hope my team is good for abominations.
Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were eradicated, their experimental abominations have been festering here.
It should be.
If you want a contest, I'll be the referee. The one who kills the most abominations within an hour wins.
Lingsha, as always, you're still an expert in making unpaid work sound so noble and grand.
It's for your own good, little Yunli. While you desire to compete against each other, I don't want to see either of you getting hurt.
That's really thoughtful of you, Cauldron Master.
So, are you both ready?
Oh, okay. So I don't get Denhung.
A bright edge that can cut.
Do I get to see the trial characters? Out of no. Dang it. Like I was wondering if.
Let me say it again. Be careful when you draw your swords, and make sure.
Can we start now, Lingsha?
Oh. Okay. Let's get crispy.
Time for swordplay.
The enemy takes action. She will use attacks to defeat the enemy first.
Strike with heart.
There's no reasoning with those with a loaded gun. Those who dig their own grave.
I hit the mark.
Let's duel. Time's up.
I didn't expect someone who can't even hold on to a sword to actually have some skill.
How many can you block? Blade and flight!
Through clouds! You've got style with those moves, but you're not striking where it counts. It's such a shame to see you misuse your sword like that.
Bring it on.
Time for swordplay. Time for an overhaul.
Watch your head.
You won't get away.
There's no reasoning with you, bud. Those with a loaded gun. Those who dig their own grave.
You won't get away.
I hit the mark. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
Waiting in line for a bullet? Let's duel. There's your reward.
Down to earth!
Watch your head.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
How many can you block?
Yet.
Blade and flight! Practice is over. Swords descend!
Bring it on. Time's up. There's no reasoning with you bunch anymore. Those with a loaded gun. Those who dig their own grave.
You won't get away.
I hit the mark.
Maybe I should have brought more.
I have something for you.
Erudition.
All in. Time for swordplay. Strike with heart.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Down to earth!
stand still.
Blade and flight!
All in.
Time for an overhaul. Ha! You won't get away.
Waiting in line for a bullet. Let's duel.
How many can you block? Strike with heart. Practice is over. Swords descend. You won't get away.
Through clouds!
See, my problem is she keeps one-shotting things. And I've got to just sort of loosely chip.
Perhaps you still don't. Humanity never
And then
conceals
she's
its
just
desire
like,
to
I'm
control
gonna one-shot
heavens,
all the
and I'm
enemies
no
on the
exception.
field.
Watch your head.
A one-time enemy.
All of you stand still. There's no reasoning with you bunch anymore. Those with the loaded gun, those who dig their own grave.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
You won't get away.
I have something for you.
Blade and flight!
Through clouds!
Waiting in line for a bullet.
I have a feeling she's
Bring
gonna
it on.
win.
There's your reward.
You won't get away. Time for swordplay. Strike with heart.
I have something
Practice
for
is
you.
over. Swords descend.
Hedge your bets.
A one-time enemy. Blade and flight.
Let's duel. Time's up.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
See? I won. Your technique was all over the place, and you relied too much on speed. Is this really all the Cloud Knights of the Lawfu can muster? So disappointing.
All you did was chop down a few monsters. Don't get carried away with yourself.
Oh. Well, then I'll give you a chance. Defeat me or hand over all your swords.
If you're trying to pick a fight, just ask, because I'm ready for you.
The Paria. Both speed and power are important techniques. Neither is better. Two freaking gremlins. And cease.
Well fought, my young friends. However, both of you have shortcomings. One of you focuses on dodging and weaving, while the other relies on brute strength, trying to take down targets with a single strike.
Who are you?
Me? I'm just a patient seeking medicine from the Alchemy Commission. A passerby, if you will.
You're very pretty.
I thought I'd see my fill of impressive fights during the war dance. Yet here I am, able to witness a remarkable fight at the Alchemy
She's gonna be
Commission,
playable.
of all places.
Probably.
Well, the Lawfu is never short of surprises. However, I have a small suggestion for you. Why don't you settle this dispute fair and square in the war dance's ring? That way, you can resolve your differences with a proper duel and put your grudges behind you.
Grudges? No, not at all. Yunli and I, we were just sparring.
Yeah, it's not like she picked up your sword or anything.
Sparring? You summoned your flying swords and she swung her sword with full strength. No grudges between you. I don't believe it.
Exactly.
Aha! What brings you here, Lady Fei Xiao? Have you finished your health consultation with the Dragon Lady?
Fei Xiao? Grandpa always talks about you. Could it be that you're...
The Merlin's Claw of the Xianzhou Yaoqing?
Yeah, she's gonna be
Looks like
playable.
I'm quite famous on the Xianzhou Lawfu, too.
Of course. Everyone has heard of the great general. Known to all, and unbeknown to none.
Great General? Isn't that title a bit too narcissistic? I don't like it. Ooh, I heard there's a dozing general on the Lawfu, so I came up with a humble nickname for myself. The Lacking General. Lacking in worries, regrets, and rivals.
I like
Sounds
her.
much better, right?
Yeah, that's a befitting title that sounds both humble and impressive. Now that the sparring session is over, Yanqing and Yunli
totally
shouldn't
pulling
you
for her when
politely
she
thank
comes
General
out,
Fei Xiao
if
for
she
her
comes out as
guidance and
playable.
bury the hatchet?
Which is likely.
Here's your sword. Keep it safe. Or it might get taken away again. By the way, we haven't settled the score yet. I'll defeat you fair and square next time we fight.
This is how she apologizes? Now that I finally got my sword back, I should report to the seat of divine foresight. I'll take my leave, General Fei Xiao. Oh, by the way, Miss Linksha, if you've got some free time, I'd like to invite you to the seat of divine foresight for a chat with General Jing Yuan. I think there's more to those personal grudges you mentioned earlier.
Thanks for stepping in, General Fei Xiao. Otherwise, I'd have had to knock them out with my incense.
Not at all. Just doing what you asked. How about we call it even as payment for the healer lady's consultation?
Sorry, but even a general needs to pay their bills. We don't do credit here. And let's not forget, you'd have been waiting decades for a chance to see the Dragon Lady if it weren't for me.
Well, you can always send the bill to the seat of divine foresight and say it's for mentoring those kids. After all, it was quite the effort splitting them up. I nearly had to get tough. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find a spot and get some fresh air.
Leisurely walks to the seaside shore.
Back already? You've met with Jing Yuan and wandered around for a few hours. So, what do you think?
It appears that the Divine Foresight is using this war dance as a show of strength to convince everyone that the Luofu is prospering after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis.
But... I know you're going to say but, right?
But the influx of people attending the war dance is like a breeding ground for disorder and rumors. One wrong move, and the Luofu could be in a world of chaos.
The Cloud Knights on the streets remain vigilant, so at the very least, General Jing Yuan is aware of this. As for other matters, I'm unable to say.
I'd prefer to be excused from future meetings with generals. I'm just a military healer. And now all of a sudden I'm thrust onto the center stage having cordial chats with two generals?
My work doesn't lend itself to being in the limelight either.
Well, you certainly don't look like it, so...
Just stop whining. At least you're in one piece, right? Before getting in touch with General Jing Yuan, I wanted to put aside my assumptions and see his momentum. That includes the overall bearing of the Cloud Knights on the street, what people are saying, and how those close to him behave.
Yeah, and Chin kind of blew that, didn't he?
The might of an army dwells not within its pawns, but within the force of its collective momentum. Recognizing this fact reveals the true measure of power. Thanks for enlightening me, General.
A perfectly clear statement turned confusing thanks to your translation. You've made me lose where I was now. Anyway, this is how I operate in battle, so you might as well get used to it.
Are you treating General Jingyuan as your enemy?
The longest-serving general of the Xianzhou Luofu. Do you think he'd have only a few enemies?
By the way, General, you met the healer lady, yes? Could you show me the medicine she prescribed you?
Well, the healer lady couldn't do anything about my condition. She just told me to enjoy some tasty food.
So not even the famed healer lady could help? Don't worry. I'll fulfill my promise and find a way to cure you. Actually, I've found some leads.
Well, life and death, Jiao Chou. It's all predetermined. Upon starting my military career, I made a pledge that the rest of my life would be dedicated to being the Xianzhou spearhead, hunting down the abominations of abundance till the end of my days. As long as I can fulfill that deep-seated desire, I don't care how long I live. You asked if I view General Jing Yuan as my enemy. No. My real enemy has always been myself.
Enjoy some tasty food. So, what's for dinner tonight?
Jeez. You really know how to read the room, don't you?
You guys figure it out for yourselves. I'm due to catch up with an old war friend I've not seen for quite a long time.
Hey! Was that the Yaoqing general who just dropped in out of nowhere? Oh, she's so awesome!
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap the stream here. See everybody on Wednesday for Fighting Sai. in Persona 5.